Yo, what's up guys, Nandra here, welcome to another video. So for this video, I'm going to be showing you guys Nephis Queen. So if you don't know, for me, so when I first started playing the game, I had like three great loves. My first love is obviously Dragoncraft, second love is Daria, and then the third one, although you almost never see me play it, well, sorry, at least you almost never see me play it in like videos or whatever, but I still actually like the deck quite a lot, is actually Nep Shadow. So the reason why I like it a lot is just because like there's it's a version of Shadow that like most like uses its like last words effects, I feel, to do like very powerful things. Now obviously with like mid-range Shadow or whatever, you use your last words to make tokens, but like for me, I'm not really a fan of token strategies, so I usually try to like make bigger things just because like go big or go home, right? So let's just go ahead and hop into the deck list. So I do think that there are like a few like net decks for this floating around. I'm not quite sure, just because Nephis is one of those decks that like it will spontaneously like appear and disappear like pretty much like what feels like overnight. So 2 soul conversions. I'm playing soul conversions just because like it's a good card. It just helps you like cycle to try to find your net faster. And, you know, that's pretty nice. 3 Unica, basically a ward. Like that's pretty much all it is. Like sometimes it'll heal you, most times it won't heal you. But I mean, like that's pretty much all there is to say about this card. 3 Lurching Corpse. So Lurching Corpse has like 8 different ways to get blown up. Like you can blow it up with Soul Conversion for like a 3 mana like kill something, draw 2 cards. It's really nice. You can blow it up with Nephis, obviously, so that's 3 more ways. You can, and then lastly, you can blow it up with Troph's Curse as well as Demon Eater. So a lot of different ways to trigger the Lurching Corpse, which makes it less dead weight than it has been in previous sets. It's just a very strong card. 3 Little Soul Squasher. Little Soul Squasher is pretty self-explanatory as well. Basically, like it's a 2-drop they can just play onto if you need to, because it is hard to float the 4 shadows to get all the time, and then sometimes it conveniently kills your creature and is essentially a swing card evo, and it's a very good card. 3 Demon Eater, again, you just want to cycle through your deck as fast as possible while staying alive versus aggro, and just find your net, play your net, win the game. And Demon Eater helps you do that. 3 Belenus. Alright, so Belenus is a new card. Belenus basically has the same role as like Lyriel, except that like Belenus can trigger his effect easier, whereas Lyriel always wants the evolve for her effect. Now obviously, like in exchange for the evolve, you get to pick and choose where you want to like direct the damage. But sometimes you need that damage to just go somewhere sooner, and Belenus helps you do that. Additionally, you can also roll Belenus randomly off of Nep, and that's also pretty funny because sometimes you get to kill things with that as well. 2 Foul Tempest. Again, Foul Tempest is great for aggro. It's great for mid range. Like just because a lot of people like they kind of like always forget that Foul Tempest exists. So naturally, when you get the Foul Tempest to 1 for 3, they're usually out of that game. Especially if the Foul Tempest hit like 4 creatures, usually enough to just take a person right on out of the game. It's a very good card. 2 Troph's Curse. Right, so Troph's Curse is also a new card. Basically, it's okay. So the obvious comparison that they want to make to this card when you look at it is to think of it as like a Necrosassin. However, unlike Necrosassin, you get to pick and choose what exactly it is they blow up. In the case of Lurching Corpse, you'll get to destroy a target that you pick first. They'll have to roll a dice to see what the other card you blow up next is, and that's actually very good. Troph's Curse is actually insane as with Shadow versus PDK, just because like you can blow up the PDK, like you can blow it up. You don't have to invest anything crazy, like say using like multiple zombie parties or something like that. They like to use on like Forte when that comes down. That's very strong. 3 Series of the Night. So speaking of Dragon, so for me, I think Series of the Night is one of the best cards of the set. The reason I think it's one of the best cards of the set is because like it's literally the shadow version of Sybil. Like, and I'm sure that just saying this now or whatever, that a lot of you guys, that a lot of my viewers like don't like Dragon or whatever, like are probably just going like not like this, like because Sybil is one of the most bitched about cards in the game, just because like, oh, she can always keep healing you or whatever. Well, Sirius does the same thing. However, in my opinion, I think Sirius is actually scarier than Sybil. The reason why is because, okay, so Yeah, it's literally because like for one reason. So in exchange for the oh well, Sybil can ramp you. Series gets Clash deal 2 damage to the enemy faller. So obviously Clash is whenever like whenever 2 units battle, but like but think about that for a second. Deal 2 damage. So that's dealing 2 damage before damage calculation. So that basically means that series kills every single 2 HP creature in the game for free in battle. Doesn't matter if I attack you first. Doesn't matter if you attack me. Like you just straight up die. Like so versus aggro, that's insane because versus aggro, like if I chain symbols, yeah, you're gonna lose. But I only need to play one series to just beat you as aggro. Like sorry, I only need to play one series as like mid range or like controller or whatever in order to beat aggro as series. Like that's actually ridiculous. The other thing is that like even though yeah, series has like low base attack, you don't care about the base attack because you have that clash. The clash literally means that literally nothing with no like X2s can trade into you just because like they're automatically going to die. Additionally, it also means that when she evolves, and again, you are generally going to evolve her. It means that when she evolves, she becomes a 3/6 that just like killed a creature for free, didn't take any damage. Additionally, it makes it so that like you cannot trade X5s into her. X5s evolved into her. Like whatever you trade has to be a very very strong unit. And you basically just like suicide that unit, like it's actually like ridiculous, and it's a very very good card overall. Just because like for example, using Sybil as an example, so ordinarily you would trade Sybil into like an X2, into like a 2X versus Shadow, and then the Sybil would be at like 5 HP, and your opponent will have to go like Lurching Corpse or like Necro Assassin or something like that. But you can't actually do that versus series because versus series, like if you trade your Sybil into series, your Sybil is going to be at 2 HP. 2 HP is actually very very easy to do. It's like laughably easy to hit. And again, just very very strong card, and it's one half of the reason for why you want to play Nep right now. I think the other part of that is Twilight Queen. So Twilight Queen is actually a very very insane card. So its last words, whenever an ally follower's last words would activate that ability one more time. So you can't stack the ability, but that's fine because you don't care about that. Like you don't need that. The effect is very very insane. Generally, when you play this card, you want to get it for free off of your Nep because that'll mean that if you rolled it early enough into the Nep cycle, that whatever you rolled afterwards will go ahead and activate its effect twice. So think about that for a second. You can get double Lurching Corpse, double Cowie healing, or double Mordecai. Now, obviously, getting either Lurching Corpse or Bellowless will be like probably the worst feeling. However, if you get Cowie or if you get Mord, you probably win that game because you just like heal for 1 billion, kill 2 creatures, or you heal for 1 billion, kill 1 creature, and then get 15/15 worth of stats on the board. So as we've seen with like Lichcraft in the past, like having your Nep bring you a lot of stats all at once is very very insane, especially in this case when it brings you out 2 Mords. Like now again, like for a lot of decks you can like maybe banish 1 Mord, like, and I'll be fine. Like for example, as Dragon, you can go ahead and you can banish all 3. You can like banish all 3 Mords. Let's say like if you're running like all 3 copies of Odin or whatever, and you just happen to have them, and you just like have your tech work out or whatever. But can you banish 6? But can you banish 6 Mords? That is quite the challenge. Because again, if the Shadow player rolls, if they roll Queen into Mord, so straight up, like if you roll Queen into Mord, literally the only clear in the game outside of like pre-nerf Lightning Blast that can actually deal with that is exactly Mutagenic Bolt, Calamitous Curse, and Wonderscript Priest. So you see where I'm going with this? The only class that can actually beat that is Rune. And if you're not Rune, which is a strong chance that you're not Rune, you're gonna be in trouble. You're gonna have your work cut out for you. So the deck is just like really really crazy. The 2 Dust Breaths, just because like again, Dust Breaths is very very nice because like you can either play it on 6 or you can play it on 9. You play it on 6 in order to soften up the board for your Cowie to make a very very strong impact, and then you play it on 9 because that's the turn after you play the Nep. So if you have like a Mord and if you have like a Mord behind like three like Death Breath ward tokens, like your opponent's not winning that game. Like it's just way too hard to win that game. Like unless your opponent can like somehow like combo you out with something like say D-Shift or like Roach or something like that. 2 Mists of Extinction. Mists of Extinction is yet again another new card. Now this card is very nice. I actually like this card a lot, just because like it's asymmetrical. It's an asymmetrical wrath effect, which as you know, when we had like pre-nerf Lightning Blast, asymmetrical effects are very strong. Now, for this, the nice thing about it is that like it hits self units. Additionally, it essentially does 1 more damage than Foul Tempest in exchange for being twice the mana, but not costing Necromancy. Now again, like I said earlier, you use a lot of different Necromancy effects when you play this effect. Or sorry, when you play this deck, and sometimes you're not gonna be able to fit all of them. And like and Mists of Extinction, it helps you like it helps like ease up on that for you, and that's really nice. So I'm running 3 Nep and then 2 Mord. Now the ratio between Nep and Mord, like that switches a lot each set actually, because some sets it'll be okay to run 3 Mord 2 Nep, and other sets will be vice versa, and then some sets you'll run it as like a 3-3, and that's the thing that I've noticed since like ROB. Like for example, back in ROB, like it was okay to do 3-3, and in Tempest it was okay to do 3-2, and in Wonderlands I believe it was. I believe it ended up being 3-2, and then now again it's back to being 3-2. But yeah, like the deck is very good. Now if you notice, I only have 30 cards. I only have 38 cards in the deck. That's just because like I do need another queen. However, I'm on like a crafting hold. So like for the first like week or so of the expansion, I don't craft anything, just because like you don't want to get like you don't want to get like sucked into hype of a deck. Like for example, like because there are some times where you see decks that like. There are like sometimes where you see decks that just kind of that just kind of, you know, they get like hyped up on like day 1 or something like that, but then by like day 3 they're like nowhere to be seen, just because people are like, why is up to the deck, and then suddenly the deck is like not as good now that the surprise factor is gone. So like just, you know, trying to make sure that you avoid that as a player is just very good if you want to like maximize your files. All right, so let's go and hop into the games. Okay, so I only have 2 games to show for you guys. Now this first game is very spicy. One thing to point out is that like at the time the list I was using, it did not have second Twilight Queen, which is why I played some of the turns the way I played it. But yeah. So for this first game, this game was spicy. That's all I can say. And I almost lost. Right. So let me start off by saying that like so right now, as always, there are a lot of different shadow decks at the moment, but generally if you think that you're like versus Nep, the correct play is to mulligan every single thing in your hand for the Nep. The reason why is because like if you're going first, you want to be able to play the Nep. If you're going second, you want to be able to play the Nep if your opponent did not play their Nep, and then you just like win the game. However, I just assumed it would be like versus like mid-range shadow or something like that, and that like you see the hand I have, it's very good if it's versus like mid-range shadow. It's not the best hand, but it's good. Like it doesn't have me, you know, like half dead by the time I get to like turn 8. So I do have a few draws to, you know, to like get to turn 8. So here I just gonna play my soul conversion. I'm just like digging for this Nep. Alright, so here when we played out the Gloaming Tombs, I should have realized instantly what it was that was going to happen to me. However, I'm still thinking that he's like Tyrant. So here I just go ahead and keep cycling. I have the series in my hands, so I don't worry about. I don't have to care that much about taking damage. Now here I do draw the second soul conversion, but I don't have a body for it. And then here he plays Andre the Peacock. So let me start up. Let me also mention now that like I will never ever, aside from now, refer to Andropoulos by his actual full name, because holy crap, that's long. But yeah, like, so the good thing about Andre is that like he tagged 5 creatures with his Andre, So every single creature he has now suddenly has last word draw card. So now it gets to also replace itself, as well as be super annoying for me to deal with. Here he also urges his Andre. So if he wanted to, he could have evolved his Andre again. However, I think he realized that if he did that, he was gonna have to worry about overdrawn, because now suddenly everything in his hand, when it dies, it draws 2 cards, and I'm gonna kill everything you play. So yeah, so he wisely holds up on making the evolve play. Now I have found my Nep finally, so here I'm just gonna play series. Now the series is actually gonna be kind of insane, because it means that he's gonna like give me a turn for free, and you know, like, we take those, because I literally get to kill Andre the Bird for free. Like, he can't actually clear this on board with his Erd, so pretty good. And even if he wanted to use his Bone Chimera, like, he has to like evolve the Bone Chimera to trade, and that's what pretty feels bad play. Like, he goes for the Tross Curse instead. He gets a billion shadows, and now I'm worried about, oh, he can Tyrant me. This is a But yeah, so here I'm just gonna go Zombie Party. Just this way I can just like start getting some aggression down. Now again, like, if you notice, my opponent has a bunch of shadows. However, I knew that there was no way that they could get to the 20 shadow just yet, so or rather, sorry, let me clarify that that the only way they could get to 20 shadow was if he went trade and then play Skull Beast and then play out Tyrant. So if he had the Tyrant there, like yeah, I could have eaten a lot of damage, but that'd be fine, because like I'm playing Nep, and so like with the Nep I would just like get the heal all of it back up. But here I just gonna play the Nep. I killed the Andre, that's nice. He draws 2 cards, so well, that's nice. Here he has Tross Curse again. Kills my Nep, makes a bunch of more creatures. But now the hard part is done. Now all I need to do is just worry about not dying. If I can not die to whatever it is he's trying to do, I'll be fine. However, when I realized that he has over 30 shadows, I'm like, shit, it's PTP. No. Yeah, so my opponent has 32 shadows and will easily be at like 40 something shadows. Now here I go ahead and Mystic Ring. I go for the Mystic Ring this turn because I want to just I go for the Mystic Ring this turn because I want to just guarantee that if I find my second Nep, that I can guarantee pull a Cowie, because like the healing is actually gonna be kind of relevant right now, because like right now I'm effectively alive at 1, because again he dug for a lot of cards, like a lot of cards. So as a result, like when he plays the PTB down, that's 6 damage, well really 12 damage, because I can't actually kill him on the next turn, like the turn after he plays it, because again I guarantee it's coming down this turn. So again I can't kill him on the first turn where he plays this. That's 12 damage. If he plays the second PTP, that's total 18 damage. So here, if he has double PTP and just slams it down, I die. Straight up, I'm just dead. But if he doesn't, because you know while yes he has drawn a lot, like there's still 15 cards left in his deck, so I do have a chance to like live through this, but it's going to take a lot, because again I can't take any 1 point of damage. If I take a single point of damage, him playing the second PTP will in fact kill me. So here he goes PTP, I take 6, I go down to 13, and now here that this is another issue. Here this turn he also has a ward that I know for sure he'll have next turn. That's also a pretty beefy ward as well. So I'm in a bit of a pickle. Now thankfully if he plays down the ward and I somehow can't kill him, then I'm gonna be in a good spot, because I can just go ahead and go Cowie plus Soul Convert on the ward, and then they'll like kill me for 5, and I'll maybe pull me out of dying to another PTP activation. But again, if he has second PTP here, I'm just dead. Like, all right. So here I just go and go face, and I roll the Nethys. So I have to roll the Nethys this turn, just because like I need a lot of these things to die, and it doesn't matter what I pull. I just need to pull something. Now here, unfortunately, I do roll the Queen. However, I roll the Queen after I roll the Mord, so I only get to kill one thing, but that's fine. Just because obviously, like I said, it for this situation, it worked out perfectly for me. Just because like I get just because I get to guarantee clear everything on the board. Now for my opponent, I guarantee he probably will prefer for me to have just like rolled out the words rolled out the queen for the Mord instead. So yeah, so it was actually a mistake for me to attack first. I should have just actually played out the Mord and then figured out if I got to attack face this turn or not. Just because again, if that hadn't happened, I would have lost, because if he had played second PTP again, he's drawn a billion cards, like actually a billion cards. And the other issue is that like because he Andre'd twice, if he can play out like say a 2-drop something like that, like find a destruction effect, like say Necro Assassin, use the destruction effect, he can fish for 2 more cards to try to draw into the PTP and then kill me. So yeah, so the fact that I did this was actually a misplay. Or at least I felt like it was a misplay. So here he plays a series. He also plays out the Word. Right. So here, when I have the double Mord, I know that there's like a way for me to find lethal. It's just I just have to find it. So here we go into like a crazy lethal puzzle. So so as you'll see here, like this is like a 200 IQ play. So I go ahead and pop series into troughs, and then I go Voice of Resentment to get exact counter lethal. So again, like I said, like this game is just very, very crazy. Like I could have lost. My opponent has 50 shadows, 50 fucking shadows. But yeah, I'm able to just like barely take the win. Do some very, very fortunate RNG on my part. Despite me having like thrown the game by like attacking first. Like I only attacked first just because I saw that 5 damage, like I gotta go for that. F5 damage looks juicy, because like for me at the time I was in a sort of like mind state where I was like, okay, well I can't actually make any more trades, because like I literally have to race versus PTP, and you can only race so fast. So yeah. But again, still definitely misplay to attack first, and just go ahead and play the NEP, see what you roll, see if you have to trade there. So for this next game, I'm going to be showing exactly like why like NEP shits on like aggregate with like tokens. Like now granted, it's only versus like say like the 1 HP creatures, but yeah, like this game was insane. Like I just hardcore just like shut my opponent just out of the game. Like he just never came back. All right, so I keep the NEP. Now you might be wondering why I kept the NEP. So I kept the NEP because I didn't know exactly what type of sword this was. I assumed that was gonna be like maybe say like a mid-range sword or control sword, and I would like to have the guaranteed NEP so I can actually like get to like play out the deck, but it was still a pretty greedy key for me, just because I am going first, so I don't have the luxury of oh, maybe I'll save 2 out and be okay, because now my hand's like bad. I get beast control, my hand is like actually like shit. But if he's aggro, like, it might be a little bit better. But here, when I pick up the Death Breath, I'm like, oh god, no, not like this. But thankfully, that completely changed when he plays the Ninja Trainee, because now I know that he's ambush aggro probably, and this is very, very good for me because this deck shits on ambush aggro. Like you wouldn't think so, but like I have a billion pings and a bunch of AoE effects that I don't care about. That I don't care about stealth. So here I just get sorry. So you might be wondering why I chose to play out the Demon Eater here. Now this part is very, very important because like alright, so when you're versus aggro as like a slow control, as like a slow mid range, or just straight up just like a control deck, there's no longer any like playing for value. You only get to play for value when you've bought the space to do so in the first place. This is part of why a lot of Dragon players like lose to aggro strategies, or whatever, and part of why Dragoncraft has such a bad win rate is because like you'll see people who will do crazy as fuck things, as just say, oh, my opponent has 6 to 8 damage on board, let me just go ahead and forever it. It'll be all right. It'll magically work out, and then it doesn't, because you didn't buy that space yet. You didn't buy the affordability to go ahead and make such a greedy play. Like if you can buy the affordability, then yeah, go ahead, knock yourself out, be my guest, make those plays. But if you haven't done it yet, then you're asking to lose. So here, I went ahead and played out the Demon Eater. Playing out the Demon Eater was important because if you played like a 2 HP 2-drop, it like I could just go voices to clear up the 2-drop, and then go ahead and trade into this 1-drop, and just go from there. Because like you see my hand, I have a bunch of cards that I cannot play until turn 6, 8, and 9. Like it's just that's a lot. So here, this turn is also important because like I immediately just go ahead and I just Foul Tempest. I Foul Tempest literally because I knew exactly that this was going to happen. If I don't Foul Tempest that, then what happens is he just goes down and plays White General, and then just like evolves this guy and go face. And then like when that happens, what do? Like I can't actually clear that. So if it comes down, I just die. Like so again, I went ahead and just like Foul Tempest. Like using your AoE as single target removal. That's perfectly fine because again, I don't care about like the perceived loss of value. What I care about is not being half dead before I can play this Nep. Like as long as like buy myself the space recover with this awful hand, I'm gonna win. I'm always gonna win because versus aggro decks, if you can drag them into later stages of the game and you're not like you're not like half dead, you're always going to win those games outside of like getting cheesed by like very, very silly things, just because like your deck inherently has inherently has like higher card quality overall, just because like you're playing 8-drops, they're playing a bunch of 1-drops. Like eventually 1-drops fall off eventually, like whereas like 8-drops, like they take a while to come online, but oh my god, they're strong as hell when they do. So again here, like I forced him into a very, very bad situation because now he has to evolve to trade. Like you never want to have to like evolve to trade with aggro. Like especially when now it's going into my turn 5. I've only taken 2 damage. As the deck that has the best that has arguably one of if not the best late game in the game. So he's not in a good spot. It's not a good spot for him. Granted, it's also possibly not a good spot for me because I have to draw a playable card next turn. If I don't draw a playable card, I'm going to die. But I draw the best possible card ever, Series, because now Series actually bodies Sword. The reason why it bodies Sword is because like look at his deck. Like with the exception of the White General, every single card he's played has had like two or less HP. Like there aren't very, very many creatures in Sword that have above like 3 HP. They're in like aggro versions of Sword that have above 3 HP. There just isn't. So that literally means that if he wants to clear this, he's gonna have to evo another White General into me, or he's gonna have to use the removal spell. Either way, that's fine. I don't care. The reason why I don't care is because like I have the Death Breath in my hand for next turn. The Death Breath will go ahead and give me the shadows needed for my second Death Breath. Additionally, it doesn't matter because he has to give me another evo to not go face but to trade. Like he is like. I literally killed every single creature he's played, or I forced him to trade with them. That's not where you want to be at. That's not where you want to be as aggro. So again, it's basically been like the beginning of the end since like turn 3 when I had the foresight to go ahead and just like and Foul Tempest for 1. Like he's never coming back into this game. You just can't. So again, I go back to the full series, and now he has to Slam Albert. He has to Slam Albert to trade. That's so saddening. Like, because now I just go ahead and I just go Death Breath. The Death Breath is very, very huge because now that means that my second Death Breath will go ahead and make me 1 billion wards. So here he goes all he evos to go face. That's actually the first like real damage he's gonna get this entire game, and it doesn't even matter because now like this turn I just gonna trade into Death Breath. So now I have 5 wards. Like, and here, if I want to, I don't even have to trade. I don't. Like, I can just evolve and go face. The reason why is because like the only way he actually clears this board is if he goes Cyclone Blade. If he goes Cyclone Blade, I just play Nep. I just heal back up to 4. I just heal back up to 15 anyway. And then like, what does he do? Like, he can't actually do anything into this. But I chose to trade just because I was trying to like play around the Cyclone Blade again. Like. The best way to play around the Cyclone Blade is literally to force him to have it. Here he goes second Alwitas. Alright, so here I do okay, so let me go and clarify something. Like the play they're about to see me make next, it's strictly a misplay when you have the best version of this deck. However, at the time I did not have the best version of this deck, so I went ahead and made this play this way. So with the best version of this deck, you have triple Twilight Queen. So in the past, you used to like feel bad about like slamming Nep on like a naked board because you wouldn't get any healing. Now, first off, let me go and clarify something. The healing in this game didn't matter at all. He's out of Evos. He's used one Albert. He never comes back from this game. Just straight up never comes back from this game. And I could have easily just like slammed down the Nep. However, I chose not to just because like I wanted, just because like for me like at this point, because like I already know that I've won. Like I'm basically just like in thinking mode. I'm just like trying to like see like, okay, well, what else is he playing? What other like information can I gather before you just like instant concede? Just because like again, like winning or losing the game, winning or losing this game particularly in any like I guess like fast fashion, it didn't matter to me. Like it just doesn't matter to me as a whole. So because here he just goes in and vomits out his hand. So play Kunoichi Master and gets into the heal with Unica. And then plays out Vanguard. So now he's going to be very, very sad because now I'm going to get the heal for 2. So I'm out 17 again and Foul Tempest him. So yeah, pretty disheartening. But he's still willing to play it out for some reason. And now he just goes Vagabond Frog into White General to buff the Frog. Alright, so here now that I've seen like everything he's playing, I can now go ahead and go for the win. Like again. Never ever do what I'm doing right now. Like it's very BM, and it's asking to lose. I mean, granted, there's no way that I can lose on this board, but it's asking to lose. So please don't do this. Like please don't be like me right now. All right, so here, it's very important actually that I trade in the way that I'm about to show you right now. I'm gonna go ahead and trade Unica in first. Then I'm going to trade Belinus. If you trade Belinus in first, you run the risk of losing the 50-50 in which Belinus actually does what he's supposed to do, and he actually hits the White General, because then suddenly your Unica has nothing to sacrifice itself into, and it's very important when you play Nep in order to like play Nep on a naked board. You play Nep on a naked board, so this way like you guarantee pull at least 2 to 3 of the things that you want to actually pull with the card. So again, I trade, then I trade again. I play Nep. Now it's funny to note that the Nep actually pulls out the Belinus. It will actually kill this Frog. But yeah, but here I roll Queen. Hitting Mord. So now I get the heal. I'm back at 20. And I got 2 more, so now I have 15 damage on board. He has to trade again, or he dies. He plays out Albert, but yeah, that's pretty depressing Albert. And he just like concedes it because there's nothing he can do. Like he literally trades with the Albert. The Albert dies, and then he can't play a future Albert because he never gets rid of Mord. So yeah, it's just a huge snowball effect. Now again, for that game, like that game, it was literally lost off of my opponent. It was really lost off of the fact that I had the foresight to go ahead and just go Foul Tempest run. Like I guarantee you, a lot of people would not have done that, but that was always the play to just go ahead and just forego the value to just not die. Like I mean like part of why it was difficult part of why it's difficult for some people to do this just because like when you have your board wipes, you want to squeeze the value out of them. You want to squeeze it like orange juice. You want to just like get all that good stuff. But sometimes like every game is different, and for some games like it's actually correct to just use a board wipe as like spot removal instead of being a board wipe, just because like sometimes you're gonna find yourself in those like positions. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, go and leave a like. Let me know what you guys think about Twilight Queen. Twilight Queen the card, not the deck, because I do know that some people have been trying to get like mid-range shadow. Some people have been like trying to get in like some kind of weird like funky like Twilight Atomy thing. I'm not sure how that's working, and so on and so forth. Like the card to me seems pretty cool, but I want to hear you guys' opinion about it. If you enjoyed the video, go and leave a like and hit the subscribe button.